Welcome back, everybody, to the Natty 19 podcast. I'm Jonathan Marshall, and I'm here once again, full...
In the pocket, dude. You just slid right back into that thing, you know, like an old hoodie.
I try to get other people to do it because I do the same thing over and over again. But it works, right? If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Well, we have got an exciting episode for you guys tonight. We're coming back after some pretty gnarly shit, which was fun. We were missing Cappy.
Yeah, I wouldn't know anything about that.
I want to get into it tonight. First, I want to thank you guys. I want to thank Hot Ketchup once again. I want to thank Mike over there on the Patreon. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much for support, for finding us preemptively and supporting us. That's really cool. Thanks to everybody who left us a review, a written review on iTunes. Once again, that helps us tremendously to get noticed, and that's what we're trying to do. And also, just thanks for listening. Even if you haven't done those things, thank you for listening and just tuning in and keep at it. We're going to be doing this, and I don't see us stopping anytime soon. The engines are roaring. Without further ado, I want to get into this episode tonight because I've already been talking a lot and I'm going to be talking more when we get into this. So cue the music. Okay, everybody get comfortable because we have more of me talking. I'm a miserable fucking prick. All right.
It's story time with Uncle Jay.
There are cookies. Would that help?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, didn't you
She
want
put
cookies?
nuts in.
Oh,
That's
my
what it
fucking
is.
God.
That's why
That's
you're pissed?
what it is. I just discovered the little edge I have. I don't like nuts in my fucking pastries. It pisses me off.
Damn.
I would have to
cut
agree,
it.
though. I hate nuts inside of cookies and stuff like that.
Yeah, you can't do it. I'll eat a fucking handful of nuts. I'm into that. Not in my fucking pastries, though. All right, we're going to get a little dark. We're going to get a little dark right now.
We're going to get.
Xavril.
Oh, shit.
Oh,
What's been going on with Xavril?
yeah.
You haven't been listening?
I just got
No.
so excited I don't even know what the noise was that I just made.
All right, let me start that.
It's all right. I have that effect on people.
Xavril. Your vision is blurred and pain racks your body. Muffled shouts invade your senses, and you feel arms wrapped around your upper torso as though you're being dragged. Memories flood in as you struggle to grab bits and pieces, to string them together in hopes to understand what's real. The children of Dendar, you recall. You see an image of snakes slithering into your cell from beneath the door. Then, you're crouching before a large sack on the ground, near the green flames of that brazier outside of your cell. All of your belongings were in there save for one whip. Now you recall seeing 2 canoes floating in the soft glow of stringed fungus lining the wet cavern walls. And you hear muffled shouts again. Xavril, can you hear me? Can you walk? Xavril. Ah, Timora's ass. You're heavy. You fight to force words out, but you're unable to produce more than a groan, and your head throbs as your mind races once again. The way was clear, just as the Yuanti woman said, save for one Malison guarding the passage she said would lead to the streets above. You then see bits and pieces of a torn-up vision painting a struggle with your whip tight around the Malison's thick neck. slamming you backwards against the jagged cave wall. Then it falls to one knee. You were winning this struggle just a little bit longer. Then the thrashing fades and you feel a sharp sting in your thigh. A poison-coated kriss protrudes from your leg where you lay. The lifeless Malison appears crumbled on the stone floor, and as you bring yourself to your feet, the last thing you see is two more Malisons hastily walking towards you, one with a bow drawn and trained on you, the other is brandishing a simple, curved blade. Your vision darkens as the poison invades your mind, the clanking of steel, heavy grunts, and hissing. You focus on the sounds of combat, but then, like your sight, your hearing begins to follow. The last vision you recall was crystal clear water dripping into a jewel-laid chalice with silver filigree. And in the water's reflective surface, you see Irame approaching. And then darkness.
Oh,
And she is a vision.
I was about to say that. Where have you been all my life?
All right, back to the party as you guys are sorting through your bags, getting ready to leave this decrepit building. You hear footsteps coupled with heavy panting coming from the northern street. Now, if you remember, you guys were you weren't in the guardhouse. You were in a separate building that you rushed in as the green mist,
Oh, yeah.
the mad monkey mist was rolling in.
I had the wildest dreams. I dreamed of a forest that was lit up in fairy fire, and I was riding a dryad.
Was she cute?
Yeah,
A dryad?
I think that's what it was.
That's a tree.
He's riding a
It
tree.
is. Better than an ent. Those are huge.
The forest was full of purplish and yellow lights. And yes, I was riding the dryad. It was quite crazy. I don't know. I'm just pulling this out of my ass.
I'm trying to think.
Well, I was like, it was so.
Are we not? Are we in the same place though?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
he
think I was
just
asleep
sleeping.
at your feet
Oh,
when you
okay.
guys returned from like your vision thing.
Yeah.
Your
Okay.
vision
Sorry, I was
quest.
confused because for a minute I thought like
Oh, yeah. I guess why would he be in that building?
I don't know. I
Who
thought
cares?
that all of us that were in the building were transported, and he was in the other. I don't know.
The
what I
whole
thought.
building was
I forgot.
transported.
Okay.
Well, the building really wasn't all too transported. It was just wherever you guys were transported to, the image of your surroundings also went with you.
It was the mist, Copernicus.
The mist. The green mist. Where's
Mad
Orvex?
monkey mist.
I am here, Copernicus.
Oh, okay.
Good to see
Damn.
you again. You must have been exhausted after that combat.
Yes. You took a lot out of me. I don't think I'd be here right now if it wasn't for you, Orvex, and you have my gratitude.
Quincy will fidget with the silver dagger that he got from the hag, just kind of thinking about some of the words she said. Is there like cracks through boards? Like, I know we were
There's-
stuffing.
Yeah, there's
stuff in there.
open. Yeah, absolutely.
So if we're confident the mist is gone, I'll pull some stuff out from boards and try to get a good look, without
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, looking out, you do make out, and after your eyes focus, you see Rigga, the giant greatsword slung on his back, and on his shoulder, he carries a man.
Irme's going to immediately start clearing the doorway to go out.
Yeah, it didn't take much. You guys only managed to get
Yeah.
pretty much one side of the building blocked, but as you're following him, he makes his way down the street. Let me get the map over to you guys so you can see what's going on here.
Yeah, if people are starting to exit the building, Cappy will hastily get up and start tightening up his armor.
Yeah, so where you guys are in Omu, I got it on the map right there. Brig is coming down the street that runs north and south. He's coming down from the north end of town, and he's taking a left, maybe about 50 feet to the north of you guys, down that side street running west. He looks like he is going to the guardhouse.
Yeah. Quincy will cast message. He'll say, Rigga, we are nearby. Stay where you're at, and we'll catch up with you.
Okay, right as he begins to disappear down that side street, you see him stop. And he looks around confused. You see he's got blood on him. He's breathing heavily. Looks like he's exhausted. And he's looking around confused, almost frightened maybe a little bit.
It is me, Quincy. And we'll start moving toward him. I'll get a heal at the ready.
All right.
Yeah, I'm right behind him.
All right.
If not ahead of him, because I'm excited.
If I don't know if all of us see them. Is that we're all kind of rushing together?
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine by me.
Also, Irame has already noted the lack of Zimwabi.
Yeah, you don't see any trace of Zimwabi. You just see Rigga with a man slung over his shoulder.
Yeah, I didn't want to shout, and just in case there was other things around the city.
So as you guys emerge from the decrepit building, he does spot you, and he lets out a sigh of relief, and he begins to hastily run towards you guys as fast as he can while being exhausted, wounded, and carrying another grown man on his shoulder. And as he nears, you recognize it's Xavril.
Mr. Dawn Tracker.
You better recognize me.
Is he? What kind of condition?
What
kind of condition is he in?
So as he approaches, he says, "Quickly!" Oh wait, let me find what was Rigga's voice. Oh yeah, quickly now! We need to heal this man. He is very ill, and I will tell you the whole story.
Rigga, where's Zimwabi?
Zimwabi is fine. Last I saw him.
Okay.
Quincy will put cure wounds on Xavril.
I'll help.
Does he look really wounded?
He looks to be... Well, give me a medicine check.
As Rigga, as they put him down, Irame will kneel down near his head and find something to put underneath him.
Are you guys... I'm assuming you're bringing him in somewhere.
Yeah,
Rigga's pretty... He's
We don't want to be out on the
we must
street.
bring him inside.
18 on the medicine check.
He appears to be suffering from a hallucinogenic poison.
Oh. So a cure wounds won't do anything then, huh?
Yeah, you notice there's a wound in his thigh that's oozing some sort of poison, and you've seen substances like this before, and symptoms like this before. He appears to be hallucinating and fevering, sweating violently, and
Immediately, the wound in the thigh immediately reminds Copernicus of Clem, where she had a wound in the same spot. And it also reminds him of how much he disliked her and distrusted her, and also how much now he distrusts this man.
Dislikes Xavril, huh?
I cannot cure this with a spell. Does anybody have an antidote or any kind of ability to treat poisons?
I've got some insect repellent.
you know that you could probably muster up with a successful nature check, or survival rather. You could probably muster up some ingredients around here.
Remember what Zimwabi showed us.
I will follow with you.
Okay, so what's
Shouldn't
your
take
survival?
more than 10 minutes.
Survival +2.
Mine's +3, so give me an advantage.
Yep.
All right.
It's going to be 10 minutes of looking per check. Just saying.
17.
17. Yep. So within that 10 minutes, you manage to forage up the ingredients needed to help push this poison back out of his system.
What's the ingredient?
Cappy, you need to come off with some of your mango leaves.
I'm imagining some sort of maybe a bark with some
Red oak leaves.
red oak leaves.
I like
Red
it. The
coniferous
bark.
oak leaves.
Do we have to cook the bark
Ooh,
down?
bark's cool.
No, I'm thinking you grind it into a powder, maybe put it in your water flask and administer it through.
Not my water flask. This shit tastes terrible.
Rigga sits back now, seeing that he's somewhat safe. He leans against the wall and he's just swilling on his water skin.
Briga, where is Zimwabi?
Zimwabi's... Let me see. I can't grab his voice right now.
Just scream Russian space station, I think.
Yeah.
Russian
you need.
space station.
Yeah.
There it
All
is.
made in Taiwan.
Russian space station.
Zimwabi said he had business to attend. I told him not to.
So he, after you grabbed Xavril,
There was a snake witch. She had told us where to find the Xavril character. Turned out she was right.
A snake witch.
Yes, a snake. Yeah, you want the snake witch.
You want to?
It sounds like sandwich.
What was her name?
Snake witch with cheese.
Snake witch. What was her name? Something
Cappy's gonna drill him for all the info he's got. So what'd she look like? Her name?
like Zimwabi would remember more than I. I do not really like the Yuanti enough to speak with them. Neither did Zimwabi at first, but his will to find and rescue your friend here. I think her name was Yolandi or of sorts.
All right, then. Cappy will kneel down next to Xavril. Is he unconscious?
Yeah, Xavril's in rough shape. He's fevering, having all sorts of visions of chalice.
I'll do
and
the
water.
Squeeze his cheeks, make a little chipmunk face, and give him a good little curt
Give him a
slaps
drow
to the
finger.
face.
Yeah, a proper drow finger might rouse him.
proper drow fingering to the face, and if that doesn't bring him about, I don't know what will. I mean, that's all I got.
Well, my hands are tied on this one. Proper drow finger. Xavril, you're awake.
Irame's just using a cloth to dab sweat and tending to him.
Is he awake?
I think so.
If he's poisoned, he's probably conscious, but kind of just in and out of...
It is good to see you, Mr. Don Chaka.
Reality.
Yeah.
Copernicus never touched me like that again.
Ah, he's back. What happened to you?
Oh, what day is it?
I think it's 17 hammer. It's hard to tell in the jungle. Irame, what's your journal say?
I have it at 17 hammer, but it could be 18. I'm not sure what happened last night. The mad monkey mist, I lost track of time.
Yes, there was a mist.
Oh, my head.
It was not a gentle mist.
Yeah, so after administering the bark powder and the application of the drow finger, Xavril, you begin to come to. You feel a gentle caress on your cheek. And you look up. Finally, your vision begins to come into focus. And you see
Copernicus hot.
with a gnarly scar across his neck.
Xavril, you damn fool.
Last thing I knew, I was pulling guard and I got hit by an arrow. I didn't think I would see you guys again.
Mr. Don Chaka, it is so good to see you. You'll just pat him on the shoulder.
Ow.
Oh, so was that where you got struck by the arrow?
Where I got tortured.
Riga turns to you, Xavril, and he says, "It is good to see you awake, my heavy friend." And he reaches down, he unlatches a whip. He says, "Your friend Zimwabi wishes you to have this." And he throws it over. Your reflexes still aren't really that good, so it just kind of bounces off you and lands to the ground beside you.
Hey, I think I should be able to make a dex check for that.
Go for it.
Minus 20.
You've been gone for
DC 50.
3 days?
No, you failed your dex check. What did he roll? A 7?
10.
10. Yeah.
Yeah. It was DC 15.
Yep, just bounces off of me.
Yeah. Sure does. Yeah, so has it been 3 days now? 2 days?
It's
Been more.
hard to
More than
say.
that.
We know that the mad monkey mist arrived on 17 hammer. But we don't know if it was 17 hammer when we returned or if it was the next day.
What is it now?
Same day.
Okay. So it's 17 hammer. He didn't go 14 hammer, so it had to have been 15 hammer, I think.
So it's been about only 2 days, huh?
2 days, yeah. Unless we lost him the night of 14 hammer.
I had it in my head that he's been gone for 2 days, but I'm not sure.
That makes sense.
I kind of lost track of time since we came into Omu.
So I'll say, you've been gone for 2 days, Xavril. What do you remember? Anything?
I remember being tortured, and I remember meeting a Yuante woman.
The Yuante witch, Riga says.
What they want from you. Hard to believe they'd just let you go so easily.
It was not easy, my friend. You see Riga now with his sword leaning up against the wall next to him, and he's got a rag. He grabs one of the nasty rags that's sitting on the side that you guys have stuffed into the holes. Begins to wipe the blood off of his blade.
It is good to have you back, Mr. Don Chaka. But Copernicus is right. Do you know if the Yuante, do they know that we're here?
Yeah.
Did we know that they know that we're here?
Yeah, they know we're here.
I
They
mean,
took
But
Xavril.
do we know that?
I got captured from here.
Right, but they captured him, but not the rest of us. Like, do we think that they know that we're here? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Before this?
I think
Yes.
it's safe to assume.
They came into the building and grabbed me.
Xavril was in the same building as you guys, unless he left during watch.
No, it came through the window. The arrow did.
Yeah,
I was inside the building.
slithered in silently and took him away.
Well, then, it's good to have you back, Mr. Don Chaka. But Copernicus is right.
That's what I like to hear. Yes. I agree with whatever
He is-
Quincy's about to say.
He is right in this one case. Copernicus
A
is
lot
correct.
has changed since I've been left.
He is right to be concerned. Do they know anything more about our mission here? I would not judge you, Mr. Don Chaka, at all. But we just need to know what we're up against.
They do know you're here. They know what we're looking for. It seemed like they were interested in it too.
Do you know why, perhaps? What they plan on doing with the cubes?
No, I do not.
I'm going to glance over to Orvex. How is he reacting to this talk about the cubes and that the Yuante are also looking for them?
He's nodding in agreement. He was, I believe, the person who told you that Raznasi was trying to prevent the acquisition of the cubes by others. So he's nodding in agreement, absolutely.
Yeah.
So we already know that the Yuante have split factions then?
Oh, no, you wouldn't know that. You know, as far as Orvex knows, is the Yuante are all one unit trying to prevent the Red Wizards from getting the cubes.
Oh, okay.
So Riga spoke of a Yuante woman that helped you, aided you in your escape.
I am right here. You don't have to talk about me. Yes, I speak of the Yuante witch. I didn't trust her, but she was right. The way in was clear for the most part.
They do not seem like a trustworthy lot. Perhaps there's a reason why she helped him escape.
Whatever the reason may be, it's got something to do with these cubes. This is what Zimwa B went in for. I tried to talk him out of it.
Zimwabi went for a cube by himself?
He went to speak with his Raznasi. He said something he owes him from Yaguta village or something.
Oh, shit.
Zimwa B went to talk to Raznasi? Is that what I just heard?
It is what you heard. Zimwa B has special message I am to give to you.
He wants vengeance for Taguta village. It would appear. What is the message?
I do not know much about that, but the message is... He says to continue to get the cubes. If there is any chance of defeating Raznasi, this must be the answer. I am not so sure of it, but Zimwa B felt confident. Now, I will help you as long as I can, but this is already becoming a bit too much. I was just supposed to kill some red wizards and maybe join up with some Rakasta folk.
You have done much for us.
Tabaxi.
You have done much for us, friend. You have gone and you have gotten a dear friend of ours back. Although it saddens me that we may have lost another. I do not like when our party is split like this.
Well, I have seen the Zimwabi fight firsthand not long ago. He fights with a rage that I have not seen.
A far
And
cry
I
from the
see-
man that we met in Nyanzaru.
I was going to say, Zimwabi the coward goes to speak to Raznasi.
Well, he fought like a man with a purpose.
Irame looks up from tending to Xavril and asks, "Where's Wesson?"
And Quincy's head just snaps to where he thought Weston was resting.
Yeah, and where he was resting, you see no trace of Wesson save for the blood-stained cloth that you recall him pulling out and coughing into during his spasms.
Cappy immediately rushes over and searches the area for any mango leaves.
Give me a survival check.
He's not going to leave behind any mango leaves.
10. Nothing? He didn't leave me anything?
No.
He was in no shape to leave our company.
Fuck. I thought I could trust that one. Where do you suppose he went? Pop my head out the door, too. Any sight of him up or down the streets?
No trace.
How long have we known him? 2 days?
Days.
Yeah, Quincy's just going to start, he'll start looking around, feeling a little uneasy. It seems it's difficult to keep us all together here. But we did meet him. We did cross paths. It's not like we were traveling together on the same mission from the get-go.
Wesson was very ill. Perhaps our mission was too much for him.
But without even a bye or leave.
I think he thinks he's not long for this world. Maybe goodbyes are difficult.
It's too bad he is not here, Mr. Dontracker. You would have liked this man.
Maybe I'll meet him sometime down the road.
How are you feeling? Is the antidote working?
I have a splitting headache.
But your face is killing me.
Yeah, you're feeling pretty good now. I mean, you're still a little woozy. You've got your headache going on, but for the most part, you're full on hit points. You know, you're hungry, thirsty.
Irame will start breaking out rations and getting water out for him.
So what of these puzzle cubes, then? How many do we have accounted for?
We have one.
We have one in our possession.
Zimwabi perhaps after another.
And there are 9 total?
There are 9 total. Yes, there is. We can probably say it's safe to assume that the Red Wizards have acquired at least one.
Yes, and we had started to follow them, did we not?
Yes, we were curious about their activities. Perhaps they retrieved the cube from the shrine that's on the butte, and they have in turn made it a little easier for us to retrieve it.
Perhaps, but as I said, I would not take their strength lightly.
Perhaps our next move would be the shrine of Kubazan?
There are 2 shrines in this vicinity. The Kubazan would be the closest, the other a bit north.
Do you happen to know anything about the Kubazan?
I have only looked in there a few times. There was a pool. I felt something stir in there watching me, but I couldn't be sure. A pack of wild dogs came in and chased me off before I could take foot.
The shrine to the north, what's it called?
The shrine to the north is the Shrine of Ijin. That is where I got the scripture that I had relayed to you all when we first met.
Could you spell it?
Yes, it was Ijin.
In the scripture from when we first met you.
Yes, it is what happened on the morning on that day that
The stew.
the 9 trickster gods had saved the people of Omu.
Mr. Dontrack, I know you're not in very good shape, but I think as soon as you feel better, then perhaps, if you're up to it anyway, I would hope that you would accompany us on our mission I don't think we should take too long. I think the best thing that we could do is get out of this place. But we can't do that until we found more of these cubes. Do we know anything at all about the acquisition of the cubes? Like whoever needs them? Or maybe Orvex might know. Would whoever is seeking these cubes, would they require all 9 of them? Is it enough that we have 1 in our possession to prevent a great catastrophe or great power falling into the wrong hands?
That is a valid question, young Quincy. It is one that I have pondered much. I have reached the conclusion that all 9 cubes must be present. I believe they will unlock the door that we had found.
So us just having 1.
It may prevent the power from falling into the wrong hands, but by the opposite token, it would not serve us if we were to try to use the cubes.
Right.
Perhaps if it has something to do with the death curse.
Have we actually inspected this cube closely yet and gotten a good description on it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, it was a few inches in size. There was a picture of the Kamadan on it.
And it looks like it's a puzzle of some kind.
Well, there's a picture on it. It could be the piece of a puzzle. Could be,
No
So-
moving parts like a Rubik's Cube.
No.
So the next question is the shrine of the Kubazan or the shrine of the Ijin? What is the Ijin? Do we know what the Ijin is?
Is that the
Had
little
I
bunny
forgotten?
guy with the horn?
No, that's
No.
the...
Ijin is the Almirage.
Yeah, Almirage.
Oh.
That's his name.
Oh,
Yeah.
messed that up.
Nope.
Okay.
No, he was the one that jumped in the stew that the Zorbo was brewing for.
I like him. I said we go to his shrine. I'll take his little horn and make a necklace out of it.
It is entirely up to you all. I believe that one of those 2 shrines would be our better bet, unless you feel it is safe to explore and maybe enter deeper into the city.
I think that we should retrieve whatever cubes are still in play, so to speak, and then worry about retrieving them from other factions later.
That is a good point. We know for certain that the Red Wizards are on the eastern portion of the city. There's no telling how many cubes they have acquired.
So, are you possibly suggesting that maybe we should strike at the Red Wizards? We
Well,
can
we-
strike at the Red Wizards and stop them from collecting any more, or...
We had discussed that, but I think the last...
It is inevitable that we will face the Red Wizards. We do not know the terms. Perhaps we could reason with them. Perhaps we could join forces and...
I do look lovely in red.
I think that if we explore all the temples that are in our immediate area, the more we have to bargain with.
Yes. So what shrine shall we go to next?
Is
Well, so let me show you where Kubazan is on the map.
Well, we could go to Ijin.
let's do the closer one.
I was
I
thinking
feel like
then we
walking
could set
today.
a perimeter around the Kubazan because it's back closer to our base.
Mr. Dontrack is not at 100%. We should perhaps stay close.
Yeah.
How fare you, Mr. Dontrack?
I can go if you guys need me to. I would like to rest, though, to get my thoughts in order.
Perhaps a short rest. And in the meanwhile, if you could remember anything useful about your time among the Yuan-Ti, no pressure, just if you happen to recall something. And Quincy will play Song of Rest, which means anybody who wants to spend hit die while doing a short rest gets an extra D6.
I think Cappy's all full, ready to go.
I'm actually not.
I'm not either, so I'm spending a hit die. And hopefully that will help provide Xavril with some replenishment.
And I added... that would fill me up. Because a 5 does it anyway. As soon as Xavril has the strength to sit up or stand up, Irame is going to give him a huge Irame hug. We are so happy to have you back. Wesson was funnier than you are, but you are far more handsome.
Yes, I know, mate.
Yes, no hug for Rigors and Mubby. We only went into the belly of the beast and rescued
He's
your
a mud,
friend.
he's not back. Yeah, while we're getting stuff together, Quincy wants to move over toward Orvex, and he's just going to kind of blush, almost like he's shy to bring up the topic, but he's going to say, Orvex, you did impressionably well when we were fighting the clay gladiators. You are effective with a crossbow.
He pauses, and you see he's got a cloth out, and he's just kind of wiping more of the grime out of his crossbow. Him fumbling in that last combat, you can tell, really got into his head. And he's still just kind of double-checking it over again, and he pauses to look up at you, and he says, well, thank you, young man.
I noticed the way you choose your targets and take advantage of the placement of your comrades it's a different type of fighting than I was taught. You see, my instructor taught me in the ways of gentlemanly dueling, and he just like pats his rapier. I'm no slouch with the weapon or anything, but I think that I should learn to become maybe more effective in a manner more useful to these kinds of battles.
Oh, absolutely, young Quincy. There is nothing wrong with a gentleman's duel. However, when you find yourselves in the wild, you will not find yourselves against opponents that are very gentlemanlike. It is always best to go for their vital points.
I don't have much to offer you, friend, but if while we're out here and we have some time to kill, time at camp, perhaps you can give me some pointers for such actions.
Oh, it would be my pleasure, young Quincy. I will do my best to show you what I know. I didn't really have a teacher. It is merely just something I had picked up on over the years.
Quincy kind of smiles and blushes. Thank you, Orvex. I appreciate it.
You are most welcome.
I will take notes, sir.
All right, Xavril's gonna go into the bag and get all of his belongings. He's sulked long enough.
See Xavril pick himself up, start strapping his armor back on.
You see me change out my shirt, and I have a bunch of scars from where I got hit with that flail with all the hooks.
Oh, I bet they'd still be fresh, actually.
Yes, they would.
Yeah.
I picture the camera being like kind of low, with the light coming in from the side.
Like a butt in the moonlight shot? Or?
Well, like sort of like making him seem bigger, and so that we could see like his back and all the wounds and everything.
Irame will wince when she sees it.
My, they really tore you up, friend, hadn't they?
Yes, it was a rough journey I just had.
Orvex will close his robe a little bit, give like a shiver.
Quincy will avert his eyes, almost like ashamed that happened to one of his friends and he wasn't there to be able to do anything about it.
Off to the shrine of Kubazan, then.
Kubazan, which god was Kubazan?
I have only that Kubazan equals bravery, and we had seen that written on the walls of the guard house.
All right. You guys make your way northwest. More north and then west. So north, you end up going...
North by northwest?
Yeah.
You end up traveling north back to where the Red Wizards were massacred, where you first met Riga and Orvex. Dogs had returned, picking apart what's left of the bodies. Once again, you shoo them off, and they scatter. You move through the courtyard.
Mangy street urchins.
Through a massive crack in the western wall of this walled compound, you emerge to a large shrine. In the front of the shrine, a massive rectangular pool with a monolith of sorts protruding from the center of the pool. And let me get this map over to you guys. Now, the pool itself
Looks pretty happy.
It's difficult to see how deep it is because the water is thick and murky. Lily pads float throughout it.
I bet there's throat leeches in there.
Ugh.
I forgot about throat leeches.
There,
That's why that man in the center looks so distressed.
you see there used to be bridges going across it, but they had since fallen to disarray, and bits of wood float here and there across the surface of the water. It's very still water. And the monolith itself, erecting from the center of the pool, appears...
I don't think that's a proper use of that word.
Nope. You're just taunting your wife.
I got it. There is a set of stones protruding from the surface of the water. It appears that an acrobatic character could probably manipulate those stones to reach the monolith.
Do a little Frogger action.
Okay, what is the
face.
monolith?
Yeah, I'm curious. The face on, so would we be able to see that face from where we are?
Yeah, it looks like it's facing the sky, but depending on
Yeah.
our angle and how high it is.
Right. In the mouth, you see something catching the sunlight, but it's difficult to say what it is.
Oh.
So we can tell that it's a face from where we are.
Yeah, now beyond the monolith is the shrine entrance. Massive double stone doors closed.
Perhaps whatever's in there might help us open the door.
Now you could rope around. You could look on the map. You could easily circle around this pool to gain access to the shrine.
But there is something in its mouth.
Perhaps
Xavril.
I could fly over?
Oh, yeah.
Ah.
And that makes it nice and easy.
Yeah,
It'll
unless
burn a
something
third
fucking
level spell, though.
eats my ass.
I was going to tell Xavril to shake the cobwebs out of his head.
It will burn a third level spell in a non-combat situation.
But it could save a lot of time. And a dip in the pool.
I mean, you wouldn't be doing any lightning bolts after that, right?
If there's anything in that pool, could be saving a full combat.
I mean, we could just walk around to the side of it.
we don't even need to go in there.
There's something in its mouth.
Well-
Orvex
Yep.
is digging through his notes. He says, "Well, what did you say Kubuzan equated to? Again, I thought I heard you say something earlier."
Bravery.
Bravery, yes. And you see him jot it down in his notes.
So we don't
Like, oh, hey, just walk across. Be brave.
So we don't even know what kind of creature the Kubuzan is, do we?
I think if you want, I was going to say if we throw a rock in there or something, we might know if there's a creature in there. But if you really want to not disturb it at all,
Yeah.
then the fight is a really good suggestion, really good option.
These shrines are tough, remember. If we can avoid conflict.
Right. This is outside the shrine, so this is sort of like the...
Yeah, but there was the two commandants.
Commandants.
Yeah, something guarding it.
Can we do some kind of check to know what the Kubuzan is? Like a knowledge check or history? We've been in Chult for over a month now.
No, I don't think... You could ask Orvex. Nobody in Nyanzaru would talk about... I mean, any talk of 9 trickster gods would be laughed at in Nyanzaru. Any civilized present-day company
Yep.
would be laughed out.
Be like talking about Zeus. Seriously.
Orvex, though, approaching him, he believes it's Kubuzan. He says, I do not know much about Kubuzan's legend. As I said, I have not gone far enough to read the writing in this one, or I have not found it otherwise, though I may have picked up Kubuzan was a frog.
Makes sense. So if I was to take flight, I should definitely fly high.
I wonder if the Kubuzan has anything to do with the Grung. I wonder if they worship him. But I'm all for you flying up there, man, if you want to do it.
It would make sense, I suppose. The Yuan-Ti wanted to befriend the Grung.
The monolith,
I think they were just using each other.
Yeah.
the monolith itself with the open mouth is eye level, and it looks like these stones are almost arranged like a pathway almost to it. The map is a bit deceiving.
So, unless somebody is confident in their ability to make it over the stones. I'll fly.
How difficult does it look? Like DC 10, DC 15?
I would be careful not to disturb the
It
water.
doesn't- Yeah, it looks like, an average acrobat could.
Okay.
I have fair acrobatics, +4.
I thought Xavril was
Xavril might have more.
acrobatic.
What's your acrobatics?
I have +6.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So either
Welcome
Yeah.
back, Xavril.
either I
So-
fly or you hop.
Xavril, shake the cobwebs out of your head.
It's a good, gentle task for you to ease your way back into our company.
Oh, I'm not scared. Let's do this.
All right, so there are 3 stepping stones. There's going to be an acrobatics check for each one.
Okay. So 3, huh?
Yeah,
I
so
like them odds.
let's do it one at a time. Give me the first one. As Xavril steps up to leap to the first stone.
Keep your mouth shut if you fall in.
Yeah, tie this
Whoa.
rope around your waist, too.
All right.
Are you tying a
Better
rope?
not let me go.
All right, so Copernicus ties
Another
a rope
poltergeist moment.
around Xavril's waist.
My trusty rope.
Oops, the first one was 14.
All right, so Xavril makes it to the first of the 3 stones,
Second one was a 12.
and again makes it to the second stone.
Yeah. Third one was an 11.
Xavril lands gracefully in front
Gracefully.
on the monolith, and now, being this close, you see inside the mouth of this frog. Is it a frog statue? Hold on. I'm going to go ahead and say, yeah, it is. It's a frog statue. Inside the mouth of this frog statue, you see a stone key dangling from a little notch in there.
Nothing to see here, guys. All right. Just, do I see anything else other than the key?
Are you looking? Where are you doing a perception check?
Inside, around the entire thing I'm on. Inside the mouth, and then, corners of the mouth,
Looking for
roof
traps.
of the mouth.
Okay, give me a perception check.
One of these days, I'm going to roll over a 10 today. I got an 11.
You don't notice anything in the mouth other than the stone key.
All right. I guess I will reach in there and attempt to grab the key.
All right, you successfully retrieved the stone key.
I'm going to feel proud of myself and show it to everyone.
Bum, 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 bum.
Well done, Xavril.
Now you have to make 3 acrobatics checks to get back.
Yeah.
Is it quicker to get back coming the same way or just going across?
Maybe you could just jump from the statue.
Yeah, there's only stones going back.
All right.
It's only 10
I
feet
will-
from the statue to the...
Looks like
I will
20.
start making my way back.
Oh, I don't know what the scale is.
You're fucking
10.
getting lower and lower each time. You make it. First stone.
All right.
Barely. You can see him teeter.
There we go.
24 on the second.
24.
Yep. Give me one more for that final leap.
15.
All right. Xavril makes it back, holding
Well done,
a
sir.
stone key in his hand.
Ah, that should save me a knock spell. I presume this is the key to the shrine? One could only
Yep.
guess.
Very good work, Xavril. I could only assume that the key goes to the closed door up ahead.
Guess we'll make our way over.
Can I do some kind of survival check around the pool for like fog tracks or any signs of like giant toad feces? Just
I
really
thought-
inspecting the water. I want to see if there's something down there watching us.
It would be a perception check. Over water.
I definitely thought he said fog tracks. I was like, how the hell do you find fog?
Frog. What'd you say? Perception?
Yep.
16.
16.
Copernicus fog tracker.
Now it takes you a little bit, but you do notice something peculiar sticking out of the water, and it looks
There's something breathing down here.
to be an eye stalk.
Oh.
Ew.
Yeah, I'll immediately alert
Eye stalks are not good.
alert the group, starting with Irme, because she's the one who went to the table with us. I see is that an eye stalk coming out of the water?
It's looking at you.
So Irme will try to look at it without it noticing that she's looking at it.
I imagine it's like one of those paintings where if you think it's watching, you kind of lean to one side and then lean to the other. See if it's...
All right, what do you guys do?
Yeah, Cappy points it out with his packed weapon, just to the group, and I think we should steer clear of whatever that thing is.
I agree. Let's keep a healthy distance
A wide
from the
berth.
pond. Yes.
So we'll go around the opposite end of the pool from where
Like
the eye
your
stalk
mama.
is.
All right. You circle around the pool, make your way up to the northern part. As you approach the shrine door, you hear the violent splashing of water from behind you. You turn to look, and you see out from the water erupts this massive frog, gaping, toothy maw, 4 tentacles whipping around violently off of its sides, and a massive tongue.
And Copernicus and its tentacles.
It
Now,
looks
who is
like
that?
there's
Quincy.
it looks like there's Boz the halfling wrapped up in it.
Gotta be a halfling.
Gotta
huh?
be a halfling.
Hey,
Yep.
mates.
So this thing breaks the surface of the water, its eye stalks looking right at you as you approach the shrine door, and it starts to move towards you violently, its tongue and tentacles whipping around. And we'll see you next time.
Fuck, I was hoping. And you guys are all level 6.
We did all that. We did all
we didn't
that
kill
to try to
anything.
sneak and steal the key and everything. They would probably
Yeah.
throw it at him anyway.
It probably. We probably would have gotten away with it if we didn't make that right meow comment. Hear me fucking laughing.
dark
Probably
path.
riled it right up.
It has, I think
Yeah.
it has 5 attacks.
Ew.
4 tentacles and a. Would Mike want to come play with us on TOA? I liked
Maybe.
him. I liked him a lot.
Yeah.
Good, you could drow finger someone else now.
I'm holding it together.
Yeah.
And as you approach the door,
As soon as he said a word.
I did that on purpose.
All right.
and as you approach the door to the shrine, you hear Jesus Christ.
Wouldn't be as funny if she wasn't having a cookie in her mouth at the same time. That may,
And as you approach the door to the shrine, what the fuck? Serious? What? What did I miss? That's so
Now it's
fucking
just
funny.
the
Now
thought
it's
of it.
just that you get mad at me. Like that's it's that you get angry is what's funny.
Kway's not fucking impressed either. Not
right.
just me.
Jesus.
Swain is hiding his
Just
face
your,
'cause he doesn't want to get yelled at.
just your players having a little fun. Fuck. All right.
come on, guys, quit having fun. We're playing D&D.
Fucking serious. There's an eye stalk.
What is so fun for 3 minutes? That's no fucking verbal shit going on.
Just trying not to laugh. All right.
So as you approach the northern part of the pool and round that corner,
Christy.
It's your fault.
I didn't do
It's your fault. You're
anything.
sitting there.
100% on the level.
Jeez.
Just get it out.
Yep.
As you approach,
That's what you
get
think.
into it. Who's got the intro written up?
Cricket, 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 cricket.
You don't want me to do it. I do the NPR one. Welcome
Why don't
back, ladies and gentlemen.
K-Way bring us in.
Yeah.
Bring us in, K-Way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the
He's
listeners
all
wanna
rusty
hear.
and shit. Leave him alone.
Yeah, that's
I know,
great.
right?
Yeah,
I
K-Way
don't even
would
know
be a
what
good
we're
one.
called.
People would be like, "Hey, it's Xavril."
That's right. Oh, this episode might have Xavril in it.
Yeah.
K-Way has one fan, definitely Fox.
I know, right?
Fox loves all of K-Way's characters.
Yeah, whenever he's playing make believe, he's either Derek or Xavril.
Yeah, it's true. Whenever I'm playing with you, he's always like, "Is that K-Way?" Hi, K-Way. You're like, "No, it's Swaney."
And he's like, oh, fuck him.
Yeah.
He's like, which one is Swaney?